Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Favi, and welcome to Arrows DIY. On my channel, I like to do Dollar Tree DIYs, high-end dupes, thrift flips, and the occasional trash or treasure. This is another episode in my spring series, and today I'm so excited to show you guys some thrift flips that I have perfect for your spring or Easter home decor. If you like affordable, unique home decor on a budget, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that bell to be notified every time I post a new video. This is part of the Thrift Flip Road Trip hosted by Teresa from Our Green Acres, as well as Kay and Trish from the Crafting Cousins. They challenged us to hit up our local thrift stores and find some treasures to flip for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and be sure to check out the description box for all of the channel links for our hosts today, Our Green Acres and Crafting Cousins. Those links and the playlist link would be in my description box below, as well as my comment box. So as you can see, I'm just showing you some things at my thrift store that I picked up, and the thrift store is an amazing place to find some amazing things that you can make, update, and give a new life to. So I want to thank them for challenging us today, and check out the playlist link to see more of what we found and flipped for you guys today. All right, enough about that. We're gonna get started. At my thrift store, I found this shelf, and it's a little dark for my home decor, so I'm just gonna give it some new life. I gave it a good scrub with some mild soap and warm water, and I just wiped it off real good. Once everything was dry, I went in with this color in Farmhouse White. It's Folk Arts home decor in the color Farmhouse White, and it's in an eggshell finish, so there is a little bit of a shine to it. The cool thing about this paint is that it's a paint and sealer in one, so you do not have to seal this project if you use this paint. I give this all 4 coats, and I find it helpful to do the edges first. That way you don't get any drips on your project. So I learned that after 2 coats, I preferred to paint the edges first, and then I painted the insides of the flat inner portion of the shelf. I hope I'm making sense. So I went ahead and I gave this 4 coats, like I said, and you want to make sure to keep your layers very thin and even, and that way it doesn't look clumpy or you don't get any of those drips. So it's very simple to do. Once I have the entire piece painted, the 4 coats of paint, I go ahead and I sand it once it's fully dry. To sand it, I use some sandpaper from the Dollar Tree. So I took some sandpaper from the Dollar Tree in 80 grit, and I just lightly sanded the edges. I'm so sorry, I don't know what happened to my camera, but hopefully you can see now. I just try to make it as random as possible, and I only sanded a little bit of the edges. You can distress as much as you want on your project, but this is how it turned out. I love it so much. I feel like it has that farmhouse, country, French country feel. I love it. But let me know in the comments below what you think about it. Now for the next and final DIY today, I found this at the thrift store a couple years ago, and I had plans for it, and I'm so happy I have the opportunity today to flip it into something cool. So I paid $5.99 for it at a thrift store in Connecticut. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off all of the labels. I've already cleaned this, but I'm not painting it, but I did clean it a couple of years ago. So I just wiped it down, took off the labels, and now we're gonna transform this into a cute Easter piece. So we're gonna take off all the stickers as well as the chain that we're supposed to hang it from. And I'm not gonna hot glue what I'm doing today because I do like switching out my home decor and transforming it with the seasons. So I'm gonna take a tool now from my husband's toolbox and I'm just gonna take off this hardware. Now you want to be a little bit careful because the metal is not, this metal is bendable, it's malleable, so you want to be sure to be very gentle, not to distort the shape, because that portion there is going to be the stand for the bottom of our piece today. And I love the little accents, and I just thought this was a really neat piece. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this piece. So now I'm going to take this from the Dollar Tree. It's from the Christmas snow globe. It's the smaller one. And I'm going to go ahead, and it fits perfectly right to the top of this piece. So I was excited, and I removed that inner lid. I unscrewed all of it, and I'm just going to keep it empty at the bottom there. So now I'm going to add some florals. These are from the Dollar Tree. The lavender is from the Dollar Tree, and then this other greenery is from Michael's. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the bottom of the pick into itself, and this is going to help hold all these florals in place, so that I don't have to use any floral foam or hot glue. Like I said, I want to transform this later on in the year. I don't want it to be too permanent, but if you want a permanent hold, feel free to use hot glue as well as E6000, and it should last forever. So now I cut off the lavenders, some of the lavender pieces off of the pick, and I'm just randomly putting them where I see fit. Now, you don't have to use these florals. I use them because I feel like they pulled the purple color out of the bottom of the container there. This little, I think it's like a candelabra or something, mosaic. I don't know what this thing is. Let me know in the comments below if you know what this thing is called. It's definitely not a candelabra. Okay, because I have one here right next to me and it looks nothing like that. So this is not a candelabra. But anyways, I held the greenery together, and then I put them carefully inside of the snow globe. So once that was done, I took some of this rope. This is the poly rope from Dollar Tree. You can find it in the hardware section. I'm just going to make some ears for our little bunny creation today. So I'm going to cut it out. I'm going to cut out 2 pieces. And then I'm also going to take some of the chain that we took off earlier. And I decided to keep only one of them to kind of accent the ribbon that we're going to put on in a little bit. So I just used the same tool I used before, and I just opened up one of those little links in the chain, and that's how I took it off every single time I took off this chain. And it's fairly easy to do. So once we have all these pieces, we're going to go ahead and hot glue them. So I apologize for my camera angle. I tried my best to show you guys what I'm doing with the angle that it's kind of hard to film this part, but hopefully you can see what I mean. So now that I have the ears cut, I just decided to add a piece of lace around that spot where the snow globe meets the thrifted item. And I just hot glued some lace around, as well as the chain. Now for the chain, we can't hot glue the chain. So I'm going to use some of these nylon cables from the Dollar Tree, and I chose the smallest black one. That way we can just secure the chain by the loops, and we don't have to worry about it moving anywhere, and we could also reuse this chain in the future if we need to. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much. It really helps my channel when you hit that thumbs up as well. So I appreciate that so much. So we're just going to loop this zip tie right where we need it to be through the 2 chains, so that it's nice and tight on top of this lace, and it brings in the hardware from the bottom of the piece, which I really like. Once we have that metal feature added to our lace, we're going to hot glue the top of the ears on the top of the head of the bunny. So now we're just going to lay them across the head and hot glue them like so. So we're going to hot glue one side to the top of the bunny, and basically we're hot gluing the left side. We're gonna hot glue the left ear on the right side of the bunny, and then we're gonna hot glue the left ear on the right side of the bunny. So it's it's gonna go across the top of the snow globe. And you could leave the ears like this if you like floppy ears. I mean, I think floppy ears are cute on a bunny. But if you want them to stand up straight, you're gonna add some of this garland, this berry garland from the Dollar Tree. I got this berry garland in the fall, but I'm sure you could probably find it at some other point. If you can't find this, just use any wire you have on hand, or even the wired twine might work as well. All right, so once we got this secured, the center there, we're gonna cut off the excess of this rope at the bottom. And if you can tell, I also used antiquing wax on the ears, on the poly rope, because I wanted to darken it up so that it was a little bit more rustic and matched the bottom piece of this little bunny we're making. So once we have this all secured with hot glue, we're gonna go ahead and cut off the ends. Once that's all done, we're gonna use a little bit of hot glue, and we're gonna hot glue the berry garland to this poly rope. That way we can actually adjust the ears and tell the ears where to go. That way they stand up straight, and it's very helpful to do this before you glue it. But it's fine. It all worked out in the end. So once we have both of them secure, we're gonna do this to both ears. Once they're both hot glued in place, the last thing is just to hide the mess at the top of the head of this bunny. So we're just gonna add some florals. You can use any florals you want. I chose to use some white florals just so that it kind of matches with the poly rope a little bit, and some of the berries on the berry garland. But I really like how this turned out. You gotta let me know in the comments below which thrift flip was your favorite today. I absolutely love this. I think it's really unique, and I love making unique home decor. So if you like that kind of stuff, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much to Trish and Kay from Crafting Cousins, as well as Teresa from Our Green Acres for hosting such a fun challenge. I want to thank all of you guys, each and every one of you guys, the subscribers, you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. If you would like to craft live with me, I've been crafting every night at 8 p.m. So I actually crafted with Trish and Kay as well. So I can link that live here if you're interested in checking that out. But I am so happy how these turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. These are some of the items I've DIY'd for the spring decor. I love fun spring decor, so be sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you like unique home decor on a budget. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Take care. God bless. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye. If you like this video, here are some other videos you might enjoy.